Good morning and welcome to Bella Coconut Boutique on YouTube. I am so excited to have you here with me today. If this is the first time you're joining me for a pattern, welcome. If you have done patterns with me before, welcome back. It's so nice to, again, just share this with all of you. So today I'm going to show you how to make a crochet clip-on chapstick holder, and they're perfect for backpacks, for stocking stuffers, for gifts, and for craft fairs. If you are a crafter who does craft fairs, I sell these for $4 easily, and I tend to sell a lot when I do have them available. And they're perfect to personalize if you want to do color changes or school colors. If you have a child that wants to have it on their backpack and really wants to show their school pride, you can do it in their school colors. But I'm just going to show you how to make this super quick and easy chapstick holder. And my daughter likes to put it in this way so that she just pulls it down, cap off, cap back on. That way she doesn't have to take it out. So for this project, you're going to need an H hook or a 5mm hook. If you find that you have a hook that does not have a letter, look for the number 5mm. You're going to need a good pair of scissors, a needle to weave in your ends. I got these keychain clip hooks from Amazon. If you want a link to these particular ones that I purchased, just message me or write below that you'd like the link, and I will provide that. And then I'm also using a size 4 acrylic yarn. I'm just happen to use Loops and Threads Impeccable. If you have any other brand that you prefer, Red Heart Super Saver, Karen 1-pounders, I love this yarn, any of those, they'll be fine. But this pattern is just for a 4 weight, a medium weight yarn. And then if you would like to have a stitch marker, you can. I'll show you how I use the tail for my stitch marking, but you could use a stitch marker clip, or you can actually use bobby pins. Either of those work just fine. So to begin, we're going to work in a magic circle. There are some wonderful videos on YouTube on how to do that, but I will show you how I do mine. I just take my yarn tail so that it's facing my belly. I wrap it around my first 2 fingers and cross over. Then I insert my hook under that front line, loop it over, pull through, I twist, and I complete it with a slip stitch. That's how I do my magic circle. If you choose to do yours differently, feel free to do it however you want. So into your magic circle, you're going to do 6 single crochets. So you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're just going to pull our tail to tighten our magic circle. So now you've made a circle. We are going to weave this end in a couple rows or a couple rounds, just so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of your chapstick. So now we are going to do increases. So we're going to single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So by the end of round 2, we're going to have 9 single crochets. So we're going to put our hook through the front and the back loop, and we're going to do a single crochet. And the next one we're going to increase, and that simply means that we're doing 2 stitches in 1 chain. We're going to do that 3 times. So that was 1. So now we're going to do the second one, single crochet, increase, and last one, single crochet, increase. So now we have 9 single crochets going around, and as you see, as we're working, it tends to pull our magic circle open, and we want to keep our magic circle closed. So we're going to do one more round of 9, and then we'll weave in the end. So we'll just do 9. So this is where, if you want to have a stitch marker, you can start so that you can mark the beginning and ending of each round. So there's 1, 2, 3. So you don't have to use a bobby pin. 4. You can use the tail. You could have just tucked that in. You can use an actual little clip stitch marker that they make, or really just anything that you have laying around. 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that was our first row of 9. So now I just pull an extra loop out, and then this is just where I'm going to weave in my end. So I'm just going to take my needle, I'm going to pull it as tight as I can without breaking the yarn. You may find that you are stronger than you think you are with yarn. There are times where I pull and I didn't realize I was the Hulk and I snapped the yarn. So when you feel that it's starting to give a little and starting to get a little tight, just leave it there. You can weave the end in to tighten it up if you want. So I go under a few stitches one way, and then I go back across the other way. I just like to zigzag my stitches across, and that will help to keep the tail from coming undone. I find if I only go one way, then there is a chance that the tail over time wiggles its way out from underneath the stitch, but if I cross it back and forth, it does not. There we go. And then I'm just going to snip this, and then I'm going to use this extra as my stitch marker. I'm just going to cut it a little shorter. All right, so now we're just going to kind of push that back through, and we can start back in our rounds. So we just did the magic circle, the row of single crochet increase, and we did one round of 9. We're going to do a total of 11 rows of 9. So with that being the first one, now we're going to do 10 more rounds of 9 single crochets. I tend to just make it an even 100 stitches. So if you're counting, if you do 11 rows of 9 single crochets, that's 99 stitches around. For those that just like to just stitch and count, if you want to make it an even 100, you certainly can. So that was round 2 of 9. I'm just moving my stitch marker, beginning round 3. So when you get to the end of round 11, or around your 99th stitch, if you're counting, pause and wait for me. So you can actually just pause this video. I'm going to continue my 11 rows. You continue with your 11 rows, and then we will meet back here when we're finishing up that 99th stitch, and I will show you how I add the hook to make it a keychain. So we're just finishing up our 11th row. 96, 97, 98, there's 99. And if you want to take out your stitch marker, now we can just add that 100th stitch. So now you've got your holder that's just about 2 inches tall. And after that 100th stitch, we're going to slip stitch right next door. And we're going to turn our work, and we're going to single crochet into that last stitch that we worked, not the slip stitch. So we're going to go into the single crochet. So we're going to single crochet, and we're going to turn again, and we're going to single crochet. So that's 2. So we slip stitch to work, 1 stitch back, 1 stitch forward. We're going to turn again, single crochet. So by not adding the chain at the end, it's making it like a thin kind of a, I guess like a rope or a loop. So there's 3, and we're just going to turn it one more time and just single crochet back into that same loop. Single crochet. Now just pull your yarn through and snip it and pull through. And that is it for the actual crochet part. So now we are going to add our hook, our clasp, to make it a keychain. So we're just going to take our yarn and we're going to feed it through our needle, and we're going to just insert it through the bottom of this loop right into the hook. And now we're going to attach this. We're going to weave our yarn in and across, so that now that little strip that we made becomes the loop on the keychain. So you just weave it back and forth, trying to make it as even as possible, meaning trying to keep the loop right on top of itself so that the loop isn't kind of crooked where it's stitched over here, unless that is the look that you're going for. I try to just keep it so that the loop is right on top of itself. And then once I feel that it has been sufficiently attached, just like when we were weaving off the magic circle, I am going to just weave in my ends. So I will go down a few rows, just kind of down, and then I will just weave my yarn under a few stitches across one way, my yarn came out of my needle, so I'm just going to reattach it. Make sure you have enough of a tail hanging out of the back of your needle so that you don't do that too. And then I just went this way weaving, so now I'm going to go back under, trying to make sure that I get into some of this to really lock it. And then I'll do it one more time back. And I like to finish by pushing it up into the project. Pull my yarn through, find where my tail is, and snip. And now I have a chapstick holder. So then you can just take any chapstick. I just get these from like the dollar store or from Walmart, and you can just put it in, give it a little push, and now you have a chapstick holder. If you don't like the holes, you can certainly add more rows. It's just it will end up sitting higher than the chapstick. So I tend to try to make it so that it fits right to the bottom of the cap, like I said, because then it's easy to just take the cap off, use your chapstick, and put the cap back on. And then it does, because acrylic yarn is stretchy, you can pull it up a little bit higher. But like I said, if you wanted to do, say, another 2 rows or 3 rows to try to get it higher, you certainly can. But this is just the way I make mine. And that is it. So if you liked this pattern, please, please, please like this video, share this video, follow me for more. I'm going to be adding more videos frequently. That's the hope. And I would love to share them with you, and I hope that you share them with others. So again, if you like this video, please like and share and follow. Thank you again so much for spending the last 20 or so minutes with me making this keychain holder, or the chapstick holder. Again, if you want to know where I got the keychains, just message me in the comments below, and I will attach the link to where I got them on Amazon. I am not affiliated with Amazon. I'm not making any affiliation commission on these. These are just the ones that I personally purchased and use for my own creations, my craft fair creations, and I would love to just share that with you. So thank you again so much, and happy crafting.